I'm a little bit late today. That's fine. Everything's all good. My camera is up. Yeah, everything's good. Right, we're back here where we left off. Because I haven't finished this yet. I've been very busy over the past couple of days. I had a recent exam to do today, so a lot of time was spent preparing for that. Hence why I still don't really know what I'm doing for this week's YouTube video, which is due out on Saturday in 2 days' time. Basically I'm going to be very busy tomorrow, and tonight. So I think for the episode, I think we're going to build this. It shouldn't take too much in terms of resource gathering because most of it is just glass. We have gold for the rails, concrete we have at the concrete factory. So there shouldn't be anything major left to do. We just need to finish actually building the thing, which again shouldn't take too long. We've just got to drop the minecarts down, send them into a thingy, dispenser, and yeah, dispense them out here-ish, I guess. The big question really is how do we want to do that? I we could. Because we could put them in. Like, we could get the item back here. Hey, King. And, or we could run the minecart rail down here. Or just drop the minecarts down, to be honest. I would be inclined to pop the minecart off here. Yep. Grab a dropper, actually. So we need... Wait, hang on, how are we going to do this? Let me just... that-ish. How do we do this? I cannot remember at all. Like that. Okay, we probably don't actually need it quite that fast. We could probably just get away with regular hoppers. So let's grab ourselves some rails. Go them like that. Grab a cauldron and a lava bucket. And what colour do we want to use here? Let's use magenta. Magenta's a nice colour. This up to a smart dropper. We'll want that, we'll want that, we'll want... I think that should be everything. The big question... How low will we want this to go? That's gonna fall down here. No, that's gonna wanna go there. Have the hopper like that. The chest like that, and then hopper under here, I think. So that way. Perfect. And the problem I have is yeah, that's not gonna work, is it? I think this works, right? Let's grab a minecart quickly. And a lever. Help if that was a dispenser, not a dropper. Yes, it would. And we can even just curve that up like that, because I'm pretty sure that does actually help make it go faster. I did not pick up activator rail. Now you got 3 work calls back to back. I'll be honest, I wouldn't really know what that's like. My my placement doesn't really involve calls. I'm just like in the lab when the equipment's free, and then if it's not, then I'm just at home, which in some ways is quite nice. In other ways, it's quite frustrating because it means I'm not getting paid whilst I'm not in the lab. But it's still better than no job. Do I ever make anything explode? I do make stuff explode. I've got quite a few TNT based farms. I've got a load of TNT based tree farms. And I do have a future plan for a nether perimeter. So I have a world eater design for that. eventually. But that's a little ways off yet. I oh, meant in my lab. Oh, right. No, not in the research that I'm doing. So I'm in battery research, which is more just slow heating and mixing things, more than anything. I should probably check that this minecart goes in here. That's unfortunate. Maybe, but it is. I don't know. I feel like making stuff explode is just a bit too chaotic. You can never really do much science just exploding things. Right, let's see, where is this gonna go? I've got to fit a smart dropper in here somewhere. Actually, it might just fit under here. Let's grab a rail. It is fun. That is true. It is very fun making things explode. It's also far too dangerous. I honestly don't know if they actually would let me do like a summer internship when they're like actually exploding things. I feel like there's probably a lot of issues with the risk assessment forms and stuff. It's what high school's for, when you put like lithium and sodium in water and then you have like the sprays for the flames and stuff. Those experiments are the ones that cause extreme exothermic reactions. Yeah, I mean, I think I think the reactions I do is exothermic, just not extreme. Oh, that's annoying. Like, these. Let's move that there, then maybe, yeah. Make that spawn proof. Now I need to hook these up to a clock. Once upon a time you were what? Foresight. Oh, is that forensic science? Right, clock. Forensic science. Oh yeah, forensic science is pretty cool. Yeah, I am material science. And I mean that covers it's a very broad range of stuff to do, but it is great fun. And yeah, I'm doing like battery research currently. I'm trying to juggle calc, bio, chem. Oh my goodness, yeah. I did 4 A levels, which it's like the 2 years of qualification you do before university over in the UK, and Typically you do 3, but if you really want to, you can do 4. I chose maths, further maths, physics, and chemistry as 4 A levels, and let me tell you, that was hard work. But it was great fun though. Get some lime glass. I think we can probably just do a repeater clock here. Grab a torch. Alright, cool, no worries. See you, King. Then if we have... Now I've got to figure out an on-off switch, which is most likely going to be... There's a much easier way of doing this, actually. If we... Slime block... An observer... No. And... Is that gonna power it? It will. Just about. I feel like that's quite a fast clock though. Where am I going to be stood? I'm going to be stood here. So let's say we have our on switch there. We'd need to do this the other way around then, wouldn't we? I think. And then if we bring that up. Nope, that's still right, yeah, because it needs to be, that needs to be a slime block, doesn't it? So basically, if we have it the way we had it before, never mind, we have it, keep it like that. Okay, it's not a very elegant solution. But it should still work, and that's the important thing. I need that. Or break. Oh, that's... Wait. Huh, I knew slime blocks could push rails. I didn't realise they could pull them like that, though. That may cause slight issues with this. Hmm. We will probably need to do it like this then. And then link it that way. And curvy rail. And on. Turn it off. Perfect. Right. Minecarts. We'll see how this goes. Okay, that's more than enough. We could probably go for like... Yeah. We probably only need like 18 minecarts per thing here. And I've done this in completely the wrong place. But aside from that... it worked quite well. So this just needs to be moved forwards a block. Which may prove problematic. We'll see what we can do though. That, do that, do that. Also, yeah, I forgot to hook this up to an auto dispenser, but I don't need to because it will just spit one out as soon as. Wait a second. Wait, no. I should not be finding this as complicated as I am. I really shouldn't. You know, it would just be easier. If I just change this, so I went somewhere else. Say there. And bang, bang, bang. And grab some magenta glass. Like so. And I can have this falling down where I originally had it. Like so. We need to get rid of that first. We need to have that. Then we can get cauldron. The lava bucket. Then we're actually going to want to have that there, otherwise we'll end up periodically locking the hopper, which probably won't matter, but still don't really want to be doing that. Do that. Make sure we spawn proof all of this. Make that a dispenser. Grab the hoppers, grab the chest. And there we go, perfect. Like I said, probably only need 18 in each thing. 3, 4, 5. That 9, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Should be, yeah, okay. So this is, whoops. Let's see how this goes. And we can shorten the clock as well if it's not picking up enough blazes. Perfect. So glass, let's fill up the rest of this. Got to do this bit, which I can do by hand. Okay, that's now full. We also want some yellow stained glass. Just so we can... That's not yellow. Just so we can spawn proof this as well. And yeah, I don't technically need the glass there, but why not? I will put it there as well, just to make it all flush. Completely unnecessary. But yeah, also I've just realised you're going to need a collection system. That's... How did I forget that we'd need one of those as well? Okay, we're not quite near as finished as I thought we might be. Anyway, let's get the rest of this filled in. Perfect. And then the top. And that, again, probably safest to do it from the bottom up. When actually there is one other thing that I will need to do. Which we'll get there in just a second. And that is... We will need to... fill in just this with glass, just so that we don't get any blazes with line of sight to us. I'm putting an extra one there. No, because I think the minecarts won't be able to get through that. I think that should be good. And we will also need them along the top here. And then once we're past here, we don't need it because there won't be any blazes in the minecarts. Okay. Let's try this out in survival. I forgot the spawners aren't active, are they? Articles back on. Let me in. Thank you. And so if we're stood here, we should see those start spawning. We should be able to turn the minecarts on. We should get blazes being picked up. And I've done something wrong. Something's gone very wrong. And yeah, whoops. Oh dear. That is not a good sound. They're all just piling up on one another. Okay, right, let's get this back and then try again. That up. Those have been taken away. Perfect. Any more stuck around this one? I don't think so. Right. Let's try this again. Perfect. That blaze is not getting picked up somehow. That's very annoying. Ah. Lasers spawn up. No, it's got picked up. Lasers are spawning. Lasers are getting picked up. They're getting suffocated. They're getting dropped off here. So... And they're one hit kill, so they're not floating upwards. Honestly, this is going really well. Not. There's that. Okay. Ah, well, it's fine. As long as the blazes aren't getting picked up, that's the main thing. So, need now is a collection system. Which may have to be slightly scuffed. Um, uh, because this armor stand, we might have to put like a hopper line around the armor stand. So I think what we'll have is, let's figure out where the chests are going to go first. Let's figure out where we want the actual items to, actually get to. I feel like that's not a bad shout. And where did I put the hole in the roof? Let me find my coordinates. 4,319, negative 3,010. -20. Here. So this is where this is. And I guess we'll do something like this. Wait, no. No, okay, this is not gonna look good. I never said it was gonna look good. But it just needs to, like, be a container. And I need to be able to see everywhere. So that's where that's gonna be. Ooh, Okay, we can adjust this. That's fine. We also then don't need that, actually. Why didn't I do that before? There's our lever. And then these need to be hoppers. So... Okay, look, it's a little bit awkward. A little bit awkward because of the armor stand. But hey, it's fine. Then we'll do obviously the it's basically customary at this point. Composters. And we'll put some glass there, just cause. I know we should be completely safe and enclosed. Obviously, this will be like a glass chute up, I imagine. And then everything should go into there. So let's get... Let's get some things together here. And we'll... sharpness 5. Mending. Sweeping edge. looting. I mean, I'm pretty sure half of them are completely unnecessary. But, anyway. Let's fill our inventory with anvils just because. Turn the farm on. And we should have our first few bases coming out now. Let's set that to true. Am I on? No, I can't be on tick freeze. Why are the hoppers not? Wait, why are the hoppers not picking those up? That's not right. Excuse me, hoppers. What's going on here? Oh. Yeah. Yeah, that lever's powering the hopper, isn't it? How about now? I got rid of the armor stand, whoops. Is that not how you spell armor stand? Oh, there's no U. There we go. Add that in. I doubt we'll ever fill this up with 2 double chests of blaze rods. But in case we do, I shall be ready. Also, I completely deleted the sword that I made, didn't I? Oh, I have to apologize. I'm a little bit out of it today. Obviously, I had my exam earlier, and yeah, a little bit tired, a little bit all over the place. trying to do. Been trying to do so many things at once recently. That was a swooping H3. No. Oh, that's 5. Okay, yeah, that's fine. That. Oh, looting 3, that's what I forgot. Yeah, this is just constantly delivering blaze to me. And it seems to be working quite well. Hitbox is off again. And yeah, the clock down here is fine for the blazes. It probably could be slowed down even. I think it works quite well. Blazes fall down, get picked up by the minecarts. I need to see if the hitboxes of the blazes are actually intersecting in here at all. So I think this blaze hitboxes here, that's actually going to affect the rates of the spawner, because if there's 6 wait, no, because there's 4 gaps. Yeah, this is the 9x9 area, so as long as there's not blaze hitboxes within the glass, that is excluding the glass, then we're fine. Okay. Oh no, I have stuff like that. And again, blazes like guardians drop more XP than other mobs, so there's that. But this seems to be working really well. And is just a much easier and simpler way of getting blaze rods. So let's turn the farm off. Make it peaceful. Go into creative mode and make the schematic. I need a stick. Here we go. Okay, let's go. Excuse me, negative, negative. Oh. I think it's going to be there. Yep. And then positive, positive, positive is a little bit awkward. It's like down here somewhere. Like here? A bit further. Bit less. What does it need to be on? It needs to be on 4416. Yes, it's here. And ooh, excuse me. 78. Yeah. Yes. Yes, it needs to be there. So NVNT, we'll right click there. We will left click there. And then we can double check everything. Is within as it should be, which it looks like it is. Perfect. Go ahead and break these diamond blocks now. Go into here. Double spawner blaze farm. Save schematic. And this will be mob farm, won't it? Sick. Turn those off. Ourselves back down here. And I realise that is technically spawnable. I've just realised we could just have a pressure plate on that. Wait, no, because it'll power the hoppers. Right, yeah. Probably just put a torch on that piston to spawn proof it. It'll be fine. Anyway, let's head into the actual world. I'm going to take a break because I really need a drink and a stretch. And a proper yawn, I think. But yeah, see you guys in just a second. Okay, I'm back. Let's crack on. And we're gonna want to like really make sure we have enough materials because we are gonna be going a long, long way away. That is not what I wanted to do. Let's... We can actually unload that. Go into there. Double spawn blaze farm. Material list. We can ignore all the netherrack and soul soil and soul sand and quartz ore and gold ore, and I don't think there's any ancient debris. So yeah. Glass, probably what we want to get first. Let's get lava buckets because we have a lava farm. Very nice. That will take us down to 440 yellow stained glass, which is a multiple of 8, which we want, and then that will take us to 1208 white stained glass, which is also a multiple of 8, I believe, should be. Yep. And so light blue stained glass. I want 7 of. Okay. Do I have? I do have the magenta stained glass I need, and then we need a few, 2 lime stained glass. I only have 1. That kind of sucks. Let's just grab. Let's. Do I have any lime dye in here? No, I do not. I should have a sea pickle I can smelt. There we go. And so go 2 lime stained glass. I think that's it. Okay, cool. Right, let's go get the large quantities of glass that we will need. Which we can get from over here. So, white stained glass, we are going to need 18 stacks and 56. So let's grab a shulker box out. 18 stacks and 56. 18 stacks divided by 4. That's going to be 4.5 stacks of emeralds plus 7. So we're going to need 4 stacks and 39 emeralds, I believe. Should be that, actually, I think. Yeah. Glass, please. Now. Think I should have enough inventory space. I hope. We'll see. Hmm. There we go. Oops. That should be 8, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 28. Oh, I need another. I did my calculations wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. 18 stacks and 56. Right, that will be white stained glass. Yellow stained glass, we've already got 6, we need the 440. Which is going to be 6 stacks and 56. The 6 divided by 4 is going to be 1.5. Plus the 14. Stack and 32, stack and 42, stack and 46 emeralds we need. Okay, 1, 2. Whoopsies. Our shovel probably needs a little bit of a repair. We might as well hold that whilst we do the last of this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stacks and 56. Plus the last little bit of yellow dye that we have. Last little bit of yellow glass, sorry, that we have there. Yellow dye and white dye is what we need now. Unfortunately, my flower farm I built the other day doesn't actually produce yellow dye. But I don't need to because that's what sunflowers are for. I don't actually know how much yellow dye I've got. None. Okay. So it's 6 stacks of 56. Each stack is 8, 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, 48. 55 yellow dye. Gonna need divided by 2. It's 55. It's 56 divided by 2. 28. On the bone meal front. You ready for this? Fast right click. Yoink. Ah, that's so fun. That is one of the most fun things to do with the fast click in this game. And I've got to change over from OBS. We can do that. We can do that. Put the extra yellow dye away. So that is 6 stacks and 62. Perfect. And how much are we going to need for this? That is the big question. 3, 6. My inventory is not set up in a good way to quickly do this maths. 8, 15, 16, 17, 18 times 8, 180 minus 36, 180 minus 30 is 150, minus 6 is 144, plus the 7 for that is going to be 151. There's going to be 2 stacks and 23, I believe. At least we can go for the flower farm 4. What's I take? 2 stacks and 23. Yeah, I don't have that much inventory space. Hang on. Two stacks and 23. Oh, perfect. Absolutely perfect. Also, that's my bed. I need that. Right. That's actually kind of annoying. We can't fit all of the glass in one box. Right, yeah, no. So, that's done, that's done. $261 divided by 6 is 43.5. So 261 minus 3, so we're going to need 258 gold ingots. Which we should have enough here. 58 minus 128 minus 64, so it's going to be 4 stacks and 2. Okay, that's 4 lots of 63, which is going to be 4 under the 4 stacks. We're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I believe. 4 stacks and 2, perfect. Redstone. We're going to need some of that. Don't know exactly how much. And we've got sticks. That's fine. We need some more sticks. Perfect. Then we just need 3 powered rail from there. That away like so. We're probably actually going to need more redstone. Because we're going to need quite a few redstone blocks. Oh, I didn't get the light blue stained glass, damn it. Yeah. We're going to stack in 32, which is going to be 16 plus 8, so we need 32 emeralds for that, half a stack. Seems about right. I really need like some bright backlights because my face cam just changes colour so much. I don't. Genuinely don't get how streamers can have like just a single colour on their face cam. Right. To the flower farm, I guess? I'll just do a quick fly, it's only over here. That's not the right thing. Stack and a half is going to be 12 dice, so we're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blue and 6 white. White dye, there goes the blue dye, light blue dye. And light stained glass. We don't need one of them. Actually, no, we do. We need more light blue stained glass than that, don't we? Because, do we want to make more light blue stained glass than that? Yeah, we'll make an extra, like, couple stacks. Because I do not want to be going to and from this farm a lot. Because it is quite a few blocks out. Also, I need to move that cactus farm over at some point. Okay, that should be half a stack. Perfect. Okie dokie. Plenty of light blue stained glass to create a little drop chute for us. Now at least we've got quite a bit more than a shulker box. Lava buckets, that's in the end. Half a stack of redstone block. We are going to need to fortune mine some redstone ore. That is the wrong shulker box. Okay, 32 redstone blocks. Very nice. Yeah, I should probably build a rave farm at some point as well. some of these projects do simply require absolutely astronomical amounts of redstone. We need 31 regular rails, which fortunately I have quite a few of those. There we go. Uh, 18 warped fence gates. I don't know how much warped wood I've got over. Oh, I've got plenty. 24, 50, 60, 17, 18 times 2 is going to be 36 divided by 4 is 9. I got that completely wrong. That was some very bad maths I did there. 14 hoppers. That's going to be 28. Okay. All the chests we need. Quick trip over to the iron farm, and then we should have quite a lot of iron in here now, because we did the exploring, built the flower farm, all that done in the overworld. Yes, yes, we do indeed quite a significant amount of iron, and I love it. Let's take it a little bit back to the main base. Just so we've got a couple stacks of blocks, so we don't have to keep coming. Hey, Mr. Bamp, welcome on in. So the zombie is basically how this farm entirely runs. So the way iron golems spawn is villagers get scared by the zombie when it has line of sight. So there's a few sort of requirements that need to be met. So the villagers, there need to be 3 villagers with each other, hence why there's like 3 villagers per cell here. They need to be able to sleep, hence why there's beds. And that's also why this zombie is bobbing up and down. So when the zombie is bobbed down, there's no line of sight between them, which means the villagers can sleep. But when it's up, the villagers get scared, and then just like you saw there, the iron golem spawns. And if it gets too full, I can flick that lever, and these blocks come down, and now the villagers won't get scared at all, and no iron golems spawn. But I like to just leave this on because I usually need lots of iron basically all the time. Yeah, well, come on in, and thanks for the follow as well. That's very much appreciated. Yeah, I'm just currently gathering resources to build a blaze farm. So I typically release YouTube videos every Saturday. However, because I've been very busy this week, I've not actually got around to recording this week's video. So yeah, you know, 2 days to plan and record is enough, right? Oh yeah, so I finished designing the blaze farm earlier. Yeah. So we need 8 chests next. Which should be 16 logs. And this sort of list here, this is part of a mod that I use called Lightmatica that I can use to sort of create schematics of builds that I'm doing in the world. I use it a lot. Some people aren't massive fans of it. Some people like it to use it occasionally. I'm a very methodical, specifically minded person, so having like an actual list is quite useful for me. um, but so it's just very helpful for knowing exactly what I need. For example, the next thing that I'm going to get is 6 redstone repeaters, which I'm hoping I have in here somewhere. So it's 3 redstone dust per repeater, so I need 18. That, 12 torches, and a bunch of stone. Pure it looks like pure chaos, but it is all there. You just have to work your way through the list. But yeah. Sorry, I missed the message there. Yeah, some people are pure chaos. I don't deal with pure chaos very well at all. But yeah. Then we need some slime blocks. 6 of them. Yes, this month is about 9 months old now, I think. So I've actually got quite a lot of farms up and running. There's a few that I'm missing, like the Blaze farm here. I think a Guardian farm is on my list to do at some point. Chorus fruit farm I know I want to do, and a squid farm. Those I think probably going to be like the next few weeks. But yeah, a lot of things I've actually got up and running now. 5 composters. I can never decide like which way I want to say like composter. Is it, do I say composter or composter? It's one of those things that I just haven't decided on a way to say it, and I will literally just swap between the two of them. I'm out of hay bales. I need to make some more hay bales at some point. I don't make tutorials. I tried to do a tutorial once. It didn't go very well. I never uploaded it. But the way I do my videos is I like do a time lapse, and I will sort of go around and explain a bit about how the farm works. I'm thinking of at some point in the next few weeks doing a stream where I build up some of my farms in Creative Live, and that way, people will be seeing exactly how I'm placing the blocks, and can ask questions as I'm building it up, things like that. But yeah, I think I'm still quite new at this. And I tried recording a tutorial, and I was watching the footage back, and I was just not making sense at all. Maybe in the future I will do a tutorial, but yeah. You're terrible with redstone. I'm terrible with building, to be to be fair. I cannot build for the life of me. I'm even worse at like PvP and stuff as well. Anyway, where are we up to? So that will get later. That will get later. Nether brick slabs, I think. Yeah. Should have a little bit of that. 3 sticky pistons. Be able to dip into here for. We'll just use those. That'll be fine. Why are there 3 sticky pistons in this in this thing? Wait. 3 sticky pistons? Oh yeah, of course. Couple activator rails. I believe there are a couple detect rails as well. So I can make those up. Yeah, what are your sort of things you like to do in Minecraft then? I'm aware I'm sort of reasonably niche in my constant farm building and stuff. Exploring and mapping. Yeah, that is something that I would like to do eventually, is get like a proper map of the whole world and stuff. It's kind of something I wish I'd done earlier, was like do a map of this place right when I started. Few cauldrons. You and yeah. I actually went exploring a couple weeks ago, I think, to find all the armor trims, and started out pretty good. I had to go through quite a few pillager towers to get the sentry trim. Then I got like absolutely scammed by Elder Guardian drops for Tide. I think I killed like 21 Elder Guardians before I finally got the Tide trim on here. But like, considering it's supposed to be a 20% chance. And then I had to go through 10 ancient cities before I found Silence. Which was a reasonably painful experience, not gonna lie. I think I ended up doing like, I think it was across 3 separate streams that I ended up exploring ancient cities. Elder Guardians. So Elder Guardians are like the big grey guardians you find in monuments. I don't know if you've been around there at all. So like the big sort of blue-green ocean structures. Do I plan on starting a new playthrough? I'm not entirely sure. I've been somewhat considering attempting a hardcore world at some point. Whether it would last very long, I don't know. I'm an incredibly accident-prone player. But it'd be quite fun to give it a try. Haven't played in so long, the updates. Yeah, I feel like it has been like that quite recently. I feel like the past few years, I mean, the pandemic might have had a hand in it, but I feel like the past few years have gone through very quickly. We need a couple of those, don't I? Just like, I'm all of a sudden, like, I'm about to go into my final year at uni, which it only seems like, you know, the other day that I was just getting my results to go to uni. But yeah, good thing you're good at staying alive. Maybe she'll try hardcore then. But yeah, the past few years have just gone by ridiculously quickly. You know, the fact that this time next year I'll be graduating university is kind of daunting. But I mean, I've really enjoyed it all the same. Right, should have a couple comparators there. Gonna need another shulker box in a second. What do I study? I study material science. It's sort of originally where my name came from, as the Chemist 77. That was way back. I was way back before I'd even come across material science, and chemistry was my favorite science. But But at the same time, you know, the Material Scientist 77 doesn't quite have the same ring to it. Yeah. So it's all, you know, material science. I mean, I really love it. It's a good portion of my degree is just breaking things apart, which is always good fun. Although I'm currently on a research placement at the minute doing battery material research, which isn't so much breaking things, but is still really interesting, and very important research at the minute. And last thing, observer 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I get the right shulker box. Right, once I've got everything away here. You want to break? Yeah. It's very cool. One of the cool tests we do is we super cool a piece of steel and a piece of aluminium and stick it in a thing called a Sharpie tester, which is basically a giant pendulum. And you just swing it through this piece of metal, and you can see how temperature affects how the metal breaks, how it affects its strength. That's one aspect of my course. Right, what haven't we got? We don't need to worry about those. Concrete we'll get at the end. Lava we'll get at the end. And we've got that. And we should have enough for those. That'll be there. Oh, we need 2 powder snow buckets. I need buckets for. Make a couple buckets. And oh, that's another thing I should really build is a powder snow farm. Currently I've just been stealing from here every so often, which I should probably stop before I completely destroy the landscape. Before we head over there, I can do a quick show around. That's my my general mob farm over there, with a sugarcane farm on top, so I can get gunpowder and sugarcane at the same time. This is my most recent, like, actually decorative build here. So these are armor trims. This is what I spent ages looking for recently, which are added in the most recent update. And so you can decorate your armor in pretty fun ways. This is just on black leather armor. And there's more up here. This is the one that took ages to find. And it looks really cool. And you've got other ones like this. They're glowing because it's enchanted. If the armor's not enchanted, then it doesn't glow. You find them all over the place, really. These ones down, I've split them up, really. These ones are the easier ones to find. So this one, yeah, this one here is June, so that one's in a desert temple. This one is called Wild, that's in a jungle temple. Is this one Sentry, I think? Yep, Sentry, which is Pillager Outpost. This one's called Vex, which is Woodland Mansion. This one's found in Shipwrecks. This one in Ocean Monument, so that one you have to kill an Elder Guardian and it's 20% drop. This one is found in End Cities. This one, which is I believe, yep, is found in a Stronghold. And then the 8 upstairs, these 4 here are found in a structure called a Trail Ruin, which was added in the most recent update. These two are found in ancient cities, which were added in the update before that, with the warden and stuff. And then you got this one, which is found in a bastion, and this one, which is found in a nether, fortress. Sorry. Which version? This is 1.20.1, I believe. Yeah, you can see in the top left just there. 1.20.1. So yeah, so all these trims were added literally in the last update, and it looks crazy now. Yeah, believe it or not, the Nether update was 3 years ago now, I think, coming up to 4 possibly. Yeah, like 3.5 years ago, which is just kind of bonkers. That came out just before I started uni. Yeah. I was so pleased when they updated the end because it did really need it. And then they updated the overworld now with all the new mountains and caves. And all that's left is the end. I really want them to update the end because it's just a little bit bare. Yeah, I'll give you a little mini tour. Over here, obviously, you've seen the iron farm just there. I've got a couple other bits around here. I've got my villager trading hall, which doubles up as a mob switch. So if they're all zombified, it will make it so hostile mobs don't spawn anywhere else in the world, which is very nice. Sleep, that's what I need to do. You surprised by the cherry blossoms? Yeah, the cherry blossoms are so good. I really like the sort of pink leaves. It's a really nice alternative splash of colour to the world now, rather than just sort of green. When I like pruned all the chunks in this world, I like really cut them back, and I got this little mini one just here. It was always fun to fly through. Yeah, the particles as well. I don't know if you've seen Grian's recent short. Yeah, I got loads around near my spawn stuff. But yeah. Then this is my flower farm, which works really well. Very nice. If I turn it on, it does sort of make your eyes go a bit funny if you get too close with all the particles. But yeah. And then if we head into the nether, we've got one of my favourite builds, my gold farm. Which is absolutely enormous and far more efficient than a single player world needs to be. Yeah, this was I spent multiple hours looking through an Elmango video. So I think this is one that he built on the Psycraft server. Piecing it together, and yeah, you do not want to know how long it took to get this many turtle eggs. It might be the most painful thing that I've ever done. Oh yeah, this is the roof of the nether. So this is actually the bedrock ceiling. So if I come down here in free cam, there's the rest. There's the rest of the nether. I am just above all of it. If I come down here, just a casual hole in the bedrock. Yeah. This is where I started out. I think like that's where my original portal spawned that I then since took down and moved everything up here. Just for me, it's so much easier to get around and stuff. I really hate navigating the nether because you can never like go directly where you want to go. Let's see, what else do we have around here? This is my slime farm. So the shulker box of all the slime blocks came from here. Probably won't need to use this for a while. This actually makes use of a very interesting mechanic. If you want to know more, you can look at Mango's video, because this is a design by him. But brown mushrooms emit a light level of 1. And what this does is it means that only slimes will spawn. Because when they changed the lighting mechanics for mob spawning to make it have to be light level 0, they didn't change it for slimes for some reason. So that's how that works. And I don't know why brown mushrooms emit a light level of 1. They just do. It's been labelled as intended by the devs. Don't know. Yeah, I mean, if you want to like listen to me talk a bit more about how the farms work in detail, then there is a link to my YouTube just under the stream in the panels. If you click on the like panel that says YouTube, that should take you to my channel. Then I've got Froglight Farm here, which is, yeah, magma cubes fall down, turn small, and then get eaten by the frogs. And yeah, you then end up with Froglights, there we go. Which are reasonably new lighting block, I think. And yeah, they're one of my favourite lighting blocks in the game. So there's green. Yeah, there are frogs. The frogs are amazing. They're so cute. And yeah, you can see you can get different colours of frog lights depending on what variant of frog. There's like purple ones. And they're also like directional. You can sort of see there's like vertical and then horizontal depending on how you place them. And then there's like yellow ones as well. And I can't remember the tool for frog lights, actually. There might not be one. Yeah, I forgot you can see them up there. And now we can go to the really crazy things that I've done. We come through here. We have my end portal, which is also a gravity block duper. So I actually need to replace these. So I pop these down here. Then come back round here. Make sure this is turned on. And what this will do, this will keep the portal here loaded. Then I can flick this lever. Whoops. And get gravity appearing out of thin air. Not gravity, sorry, gravel. And it also works with sand, red sand, and then all the different concrete powders as well. So in here I have basically everything I need, or everything in here that can be duped. Turn that back off. And so that all just goes round, and there's item filters. But if you think that's crazy, oh actually, over here's my Enderman farm. Obviously these have been around for ages. I have one. How did I figure that all out? With great difficulty and a lot of looking at various SciCraft videos. What's the best way to kill the dragon? Honestly, well, the first time I do it, obviously without an elytra, just sort of running around, shoot the crystals, and then wait for it to perch, and then run in behind it. And then just kill it with a sword when it's down. And then as soon as it flies off again, bow it. That's just the best way I do it. Once you've got an elytra, you can sort of fly around and bow it from midair. That's generally the way I've done it to get all these gateways to be spawned. But yeah. But if you think what you've seen so far is crazy, for starters, there's a well, this gateway is missing the top of it, and you probably know that the gateways take you to the outer end islands. This one doesn't. This one takes me to the void, where basically all my other farms are. So there's the outer end islands. If I fly this way a bit, you can just about see the central end island there. And so yeah, this is what I like to call my industrial district. With a little central tower that I built up recently. And yeah. Probably at least half of my farms. Some of which I've designed myself, some of which I have taken off YouTube from other creators. Over here are my wood farms. So between these 4 farms, I can actually farm every single type of wood in the game. So there's warped wood. Wow, I need to run that again. That is getting empty. Then crimson wood. There's the nether trees. That isn't my design. That's a design by Razeworks. This over here, this is my dark oak farm. This is a design by myself. It's terrible, but it works. That's also getting relatively empty. I'll get to that in a minute because that one's quite fun. This is a mangrove tree farm, which again is not designed by myself. They're designed by a guy called Iceberg Lettuce. Love this. Yeah, it is a bit crazy. I sort of understand how it works. It also uses a TNT duper, which doesn't use slime blocks, which I absolutely love. I have no idea how this TNT duper works at all. Again, this is by Iceberg Lettuce. But yeah. Do I ever play with other players? I do. So there is another creator called Tanisha who plays hardcore. She is coming up to day 13,000 in her hardcore world. I think she's got the oldest hardcore world by a female content creator, I think. So yeah, and the community over there is great, and I've been playing on a server with some of the other people there. Yeah, mainly I play on this one. And then this here, this is my absolute pride and joy. Because basically I wanted a tree farm that also farmed acacia. Yeah, it's really difficult. Um, like the way, yeah, yeah, you do have to be really careful. Uh, like I was part of the community for a few weeks before I joined. And Tanisha's like a very well established streamer. Uh, and there are certain requirements that you have to meet with the channel before you actually get accepted to join. So you have to have followed for at least a month. You have to have watched for at least 24 hours. You have to have a decent, good chat history, things like that. Um, so yeah, like where I am at the minute, you know, I'm not even affiliate yet. I wouldn't necessarily play with my viewers. I mean, I don't have the money to start up a server anyway. uh, like until I'm earning money from this, which you know may not even happen. I'm not really gonna put money into this, if that makes sense. Like obviously I've spent money on my computer and the setup and stuff, but like that's as far as it goes. And because I'm doing an engineering degree, you know, my computer and stuff also gets used for that. Um, yeah, this is my tree farm. I spent a couple hours in creative designing, and I designed this in the last update. And then they added cherry trees, and I got very disappointed because I just designed a new tree farm and I was going to have to design another one to work with the cherry trees. And then when I eventually got into creative to figure out how they worked, I thought the way they generate looks very familiar. And it turns out that it actually works with cherry trees. I accidentally designed it to be cherry tree compatible. So what? Let's check how much bone meal I've done here. Okay. Um. Yeah. So it actually works with cherry trees. And again, in the YouTube video where I built this, I actually slowed the game down in creative. And so you can see it working sort of in slowed down time. And so yeah, basically the tree grows, it gets detected by this fence changing shape. Some funky redstone stuff happens down here, including the use of a cake. And the logs just get pushed out here, and there's some TNT that goes off. Where they then fall down here, and then there's some item filters. Yeah, I was so pleased with designing this. I think this, yeah, I just love this. It's great fun. I mean, yeah, what else have I got around here? I've got Skulk Farm. Again, I designed this one in creative. I got stuck last year during a heat wave because none of the trains were ended up running. And I was staying with my brother at the time. And so I just went into work with him and sat in a corner and designed this. And yeah, I don't know if you've seen how Skulk works. It's a relatively new addition. Basically, when a mob dies near these blocks, it changes a ground block, such as stone, into Skulk. So this turns an Enderman farm on. There you go. And if I turn this stone generator on, all the stone eventually gets converted, and it just gets all pushed out into these storage blocks. You can't use TNT to harvest this because you need the Silk Touch. Yes, it is in caves. Deep dark biome you find it in. Yeah, if you get shriekers nearby, then go crazy. No, I need to turn that off. There we go. Yeah. Fortunately, any shriekers that generate around here don't summon wardens. If they did, I would probably be in trouble. But yeah, that's how that works. And then this little mechanism down here automatically turns the farm off when these get full, which is very useful. Then up here I have my lava farm, which loads lava buckets into shulker boxes. I do actually need some of these. How many is the big question? 40. Another one of those, basically. That's a Shrieker. Shrieker is it's a sculpt block. I don't know if there's any on the sculpt farm. No. So Shrieker is a block that can be set off by these sensors. It makes a very loud screeching noise, and if you set them off enough times in the deep dark, then it spawns the Warden, which is a very scary boss mob with the most health in the game. I think it's got like twice the health of the End Dragon, and it does stupid amounts of damage. So I could be in fully enchanted netherite, and it would do about 8 hearts of damage, something like that. Yeah, so you have the lava farm, and then the lava farm is used to fuel my super smelter here, which currently doesn't work. Yeah, I made a few design flaws with this, and I do need to fix it at some point. But it's going to be very annoying because basically what needs to happen here is this section here needs to move that way a couple blocks. And that's going to be something I'm really just going to have to be needed to do it. Minecraft is a horror game. Minecraft, it's... The prospect of the Warden seems scary. But if you do everything properly and you bring multiple stacks of wool, it's pretty fine. I mean, to be fair, I did spend 9.5 hours looting ancient cities in the deep dark, so I'm pretty accustomed to it now. Yeah, but if you I mean, you can either look on YouTube at my finding the armor trims video, or back in my VODs from when I was finding them, and you can see me exploring through all the deep dark. Mostly safely. I didn't spawn the Warden once actually, which I was very impressed with. I got close a couple times. But yeah, I didn't spawn it. Yeah, let's see what else have we got around here. This is my mud and clay farm. So you might not have seen this mechanic because it was added quite recently. But if you click on a dirt block with a water bottle, it converts it to mud. That can be done with dispensers. Oh, excuse me. that can be done with dispensers, which is what this mechanism here is. And this then refills the water bottle and sends it back around. And then I've got switches here so I can either harvest the mud straight away, or I can use it to fill up these massive arrays, which mud over pointed dripstone will then drip through and turn into clay. So the game actually now has renewable clay, which is amazing. Particularly if you want to build with terracotta or with TNT dupers using glazed terracotta, because it doesn't stick to slime, which is very useful. It's very good. So I've got a little bit of mud. And a few stacks of clay balls. Obviously, when you use TNT to block clay, you get clay balls, not the actual block itself. Which is kind of annoying, but it is what it is. But yeah, so we've got like all these various collection systems which slowly accumulate into the same water stream, which then comes up here, and then everything just gets looped around in the storage system. The dripstone for this, though, I had to build this farm for. There's a lot of instances in this world where I've had to build a farm, to build a farm, to build another farm. And this is sort of one of them. So this is a pointed dripstone farm. So the water above here causes the dripstone to grow, and then when it gets down to here, it gets like punched off the top and bottom and then picked up by the hoppers. And then, yeah, so the bubble elevators are used to just move all the items around. We might see at some point some items come flowing along. But yeah, this is a very slow farm though. I had to spend like 3 or 4 consecutive days AFK at this farm just to get enough dripstone to build that, basically. Then here I've got my pretty terrible bamboo farm, I'm not gonna lie. What I've done with some of these farms, including the dripstone farm and my wheat farm down there, I made it so it fits inside a single chunk. No reason whatsoever for it. I just wanted to do it so it fit inside a chunk. Yeah, fortunately there aren't any pandas in here. I wouldn't want to suffocate a panda with the flying machine. But yeah, I mean this has been running a little bit, so I do have a fair chunk of bamboo now, which of course been used to build the all new bamboo blocks. Wait, no, it's 9x9, isn't it? Get a crafting table out. You can like, have stuff like that, which is a really nice block. And then if you want, you can strip it and it goes light. Craft it into planks. And yeah, it's a really good, easy source of wood. Hence why, like, for the new update, everybody's been building bamboo farms. And over here is my wheat farm. Which, wait, no, I need a little bit more than that. Why do I have birch saplings in my inventory? Oh, I left my crafting table over here. Oh, can you see the door? Yeah, I can show you the door. 2 of the planks into the door. They got doors, which I really like. They're quite nice. Let's just make a bunch. Because there are quite a few cool things that you can do with this. One of my favorites, if you make slabs and then craft those slabs like you would chiseled, you get this really cool block called bamboo mosaic. And if you build diagonally, I get a few more of this. What you can do is have a really nice corner join block with how it matches up. And this is one of my favorite patterns to do. Yeah. Right, let's make some more sticks. Can that be crafted into sticks? No, that's kind of sad. I made more sticks than I anticipated, actually. Whoops. I'll just chuck that out, leave that to despawn. And then the trapdoors as well have like a similar thing to this. The trapdoors actually kind of look a little bit like the top of scaffolding, which is really cool. Yeah. Have I missed any? Ah, yes. I actually need to get a few things from here. This is my... Okay, technically it's my concrete converter, but I've been using it recently to farm dirt. To fill up the mud and clay farm. I should have brought some concrete powder over with me, really. But basically, what happens is you stand here, you place a block here, and if it's concrete powder, it will get converted to concrete by this. And then you just send it over to a blast chamber that I have over there. Frog lights. Frog lights you have to make... Well, you don't make frog lights. Basically, they pop out when a frog eats a small magma cube. So once I've got the few bits from here that I need, we can head over and I can show it working a bit more. As you can see here, I've used quite a lot in the floor of this place. I need some of this concrete. So let me just get the last few bits that I need over here. So 2 stacks and 24 yellow concrete. Uh, 12 magenta concrete. So, 8 lime concrete. Four light blue concrete. Is that everything? Oh wait, no, and I need 11 redstone dust. That should be everything, I think. So, don't need that, ignore that, ignore that, ignore that. Oh, I need one more target. And then you can ignore that. And a bit of redstone dust. One more target block. Just like so. I also need more rockets because I am nearly out. 2, 3 stacks. Like so. Actually, one last thing I didn't show whilst I was over here. It's just over here. I have... How's my latch doing? I have my shulker farm. Which, yeah, leads on to your question, how did I get the shulker boxes with this farm? Because I have quite a few shulker shells. And so, yeah, now this isn't my design. This is designed by a guy called Ending Credits. You miss PC Minecraft, makes you want to take fake nails off. PC is just superior. Console has its uses. Don't bother with mobile. Yeah, in my opinion, I will asterisk that. But yeah, I was actually very surprised when I built this farm and uploaded my video to YouTube. Obviously, because it's not my design. Obviously, you mentioned that, yeah, it's Ending Credits design. I then get a notification on my phone in the evening after I uploaded it, and I got a comment from Ending Credits on the video saying that they really liked it and thought I did a good job explaining it. Which was a great way to end the day after uploading that. But I can turn it on here, like this on switch and stuff was my own design. And so, yeah. You can see the shulkers slowly making their way up. They just get killed by the wither roses and sent off this way. So that's how I've got quite so many shulker boxes. I should mention the only reason that my shulker boxes here are stacking, because that doesn't happen in normal Minecraft, is because a mod that I use, which I think that is the hotkey. I think it's under this. Nope. Where is it? Tweaks. Yes. I have a thing called empty shulker boxes stack. You know that I use this dimension for all the ugly farm stuff. Everything I build is ugly. There's no way of getting around that. The iron farm, I think, is the only farm I've decorated so far. I might decorate these at some point. I mean, I did the decorative tower in the middle, which actually I do have something fun to show you there. Now, I don't know how much you've seen of the new update, but there was an item added called the Calibrated Sculk Sensor. And actually, I don't even need that. Which basically, so you know how the little sensors over there detect vibrations? Have to turn them into buildings, little factory city. Yeah, it would be cool. It would be fun. This one would be a little awkward because I'd have to put one building around here because they're literally touching each other. But yeah, no, it would be a fun project to do some building on. But yeah, so those little wiggly things there detect vibrations, and they give off a different power level depending on what type of vibration it is. And the most recent update added a variant of that you can use a comparator that will only output under certain vibrations. Which what that means is I can build doors like this. Fully automatic doors. Almost. And it works with a shield as well. Like that. And it is like one of my favorite things ever. So if I go into FreeCam and go inside the walls, this is what's known as a calibrated sculk sensor. And so whereas, where is it? These ones will detect any vibration at all. These ones here, I have set filtered to a power level of 3, which means they'll only take in vibrations on... I can't remember how it's exactly described, but it's like a player uses an item. So, for example, I use my shield, or I use a firework rocket, or I eat some food. And there are other like filter levels, so like players walking, like swimming makes a different vibration noise. And so because I've had it filtered to this, it means that only when I use an item, this then powers, which just depowers this torch, which retracts these pistons here. But it is absolutely one of my favorite items in Minecraft. It's so great. Oh, that was close. I should probably patch that up with something before I just fall through it. How do you get a specific variant? You have to craft it with amethyst shards. So let's use frog lights just because. So like the amethyst shards that you can get from a geode, you craft with one of the sculk sensors, and yeah, you can then use a comparator to filter the vibrations. Yes, I have an elytra, but it's much more it's got a column. And I should explain as well, there's a very good reason why it's such a big disc like this, and why there is a diamond block at the top of this tower. And that is because of random tick range. So I don't know how much you know about random ticks and stuff, but basically it's the way that the game grows crops, ages copper, things like that. So okay, I'll start with what is a tick. So a tick is basically how the game measures time. So in a second, there are 20 ticks, and each tick the game will basically run. So it will determine the weather, it will like make mobs move, and one of the things that happens is random tick speed. And it's called random tick speed, but it's not actually like a speed. So you can see obviously these chunk borders, which is a chunk. And by default, the game is set to a random tick speed of 3. And what that means is that every tick, the game will randomly select 3 blocks in each chunk, or I think technically sub-chunk. So I think between here and here is like what's known as a subchunk. So it's a 16 by 16 by 16 cube. And so each tick, the game will randomly select 3 blocks in a subchunk, and it will do something to that block. So copper will age, crops will grow, things like that. And this random tick speed has a range of 128 blocks. But because it's chunk based, it sort of rounds that. And this disc and this block is in a very specific position so that, excuse me, whenever I'm stood on this diamond block, every single chunk where the glass is, so you can see this lines up perfectly with chunks, will be random ticked. So anywhere on this glass disc, when I'm stood on that diamond block, the bamboo will grow, the dripstone will grow, the wheat here will grow, the mud here will turn to clay. Things like that will happen. So that's why this disc is this size and why I have a diamond block here. There's also a gold block down there, but obviously that's just under glass, and I just went through the gateway by mistake. So, yeah. And again, I talk about this sort of stuff in my videos whenever it's relevant. And what's I gonna? Oh, I looked at that Enderman. Yes. So we're gonna look at the Froglight farm. So if I come up to here, so this is the AFK point, just for the best rates. And it's pretty much set out the exact same as the slime farm. There's an iron golem in the center. The magma cubes spawn. And so... Oh, I forgot to set the collection system off. Hang on a second. That on. How do I make fireworks? 1 gunpowder and 1 paper will make 3 firework rockets. And if you want, you can make firework stars, and you can, like, with a piece of gunpowder and some dye, and that will make, like, actual decorative fireworks. And you can add things like mob heads, which will make a creeper face. Glowstone, I think, makes a star. You can add a diamond as well. Yeah, so to get frog lights here, you can see we kill off the bigger magma cubes to make the smaller magma cubes, and then frogs will eat the smaller magma cubes, and you get the frog lights like that. And so these sort of grey ones will make purple frog lights, the orange ones will make the orange frog lights, and the green ones will make the green frog lights. And then I have an extra segment just here just to kill off other magma cubes, and that gets me magma cream. Yes, yeah, that's exactly why the candles are here, because they let the smaller ones fall through, but the bigger ones actually stay on top and then get killed off by the powder snow here. Anyway, now that I have... where can you find frogs? Swamp biomes and mangrove swamp biomes. And from there you can breed them with slime, which they then make frog spawn, which grows into tadpoles, and the tadpoles then grow into frogs. Go there first. I'm going to do a couple things for I head over to drop my materials off where I'm going to build the blaze farm. Firstly, I'm going to head over here. So this is a mob switch for the nether, so this means that other than spawners, hostile mobs won't actually spawn in the nether. So I need to make sure that this chunk loader's going. It is. And that's going to load all of these zombie villagers. Which if I do this, you can see the number on the left there, that's 70 out of 70, means that the mob cap is completely full, so the game physically can't spawn any more hostile mobs. Then, because it's nearby, we'll pop over to this portal. We'll just ignore that this village is empty. I may have AFK'd here at night and all the villagers died. This is my ice farm. It's absolutely enormous. And basically every day, flying machine goes across, pushes any ice that forms here down, and then the next day, ice reforms and comes along here. It wasn't my fault that they don't know how to stay indoors, okay? Also, they're the ones that, I mean, it probably wasn't the pillagers, but they did build their village right next to a pillager tower, which can't be the smartest of moves. Yeah. Interestingly enough, ice isn't actually run off random ticks. It looks like it is, but it actually runs on its own ice tick. However, and I'm very pleased about this, it's actually changing for the next update, where they are now putting ice generation on random tick speed. Which is just going to make ice farms just a whole lot simpler. And I think faster? I'm not entirely sure, but I think ice tick is actually slower than random tick. Yeah, that's the ice farm. Right, I can put that away. And now we've got a little bit of a long flight ahead of us, because where I'm building the blaze farm is at like 4,000 and something, negative 3,000 and something. Yeah, but we'll stop up at the Wither Skeleton farm on the way here, or on the way there as well. Just whilst, well, might as well whilst we're doing the whole tour around and stuff. I actually got really lucky with my Wither Skeleton farm, because the ideal fortress to build it isn't actually too far out. It's only like, I can't remember, is it like 2,800 blocks, I want to say? But yeah. And again, this is why I really like using the nether roof, because it's just, you can just fly directly where you want to go. It is, however, not necessarily the most exciting journey. Just flying over endless expanses of bedrock with mushrooms. I was wondering on stream a couple of days ago, why on earth Mojang have made it so that mushrooms generate on top of the bedrock. It's one of the mysteries I will never know. But we can also see here again the mob cap is still 70 out of 70 from turning the mob switch on. And oh, wait a second, I've turned the mob switch on, which means the Wither Skeleton farm won't actually be working at the minute. Still, it's a great demonstration of the mob switch working. So, there's a few left there from when I was last here. You can see the collection system. But what would normally be happening is we'd have rather a lot of wither skeletons spawning where these wither roses are. And they then get attracted by the piglins, fall down here, get attracted by this piglin, fall down here, get attracted by this piglin, and then fall down into this little killing chamber here, where I can just swipe at them with a looting sword. And as you will see, get quite a few wither skeleton skulls. Just a few, you know, just in case. You know, you never know when I'm gonna need nearly 5 stacks of beacons. Ah, well, that's the thing. Yeah, so with the 1.16 update, they actually reskinned zombie pigmen and renamed them to zombified piglins. So I think they are like the exact skin shape, just a different design. These guys will attack you if you're not wearing gold, or if you hit them. And then you have to be careful of the piglin brutes in the bastions, which will just attack you no matter what, and do insane amounts of damage. Like, they will 2-hit you. You have to be so careful. Yeah, the reason I have so many wither skulls though is mostly I use this for, or have used this for bone meal for all my, like, tree farms and those farms. I also have a lot of coal, just in case I need multiple double chests of torches. Who knows? Yeah, then if I get it right, I can fly straight out the top. And this is my compass array. So rather than like make paths to get around on the nether roof, I have lodestones at all my points of interest. So that I can just fly straight around. It's very nice. Yeah, this one's gonna be a little bit of a journey. Actually, maybe not too far from the Wither Skeleton Farm. We've got about another 1,000 on the X to go, and about another 2,000 on the Y. No, Z, sorry. Sure. Yeah, I think for the Blaze Farm here, I might put a nice boat road. Because it is technically faster than flying. You can get up to like 70, 80 blocks per second on ice boat roads. Presuming your computer can load the world fast enough. So it might be worth setting up. It is a lot of blue ice though. Then again, that's why I have an ice farm. Yeah, you just have to keep going and going and going. What I do find funny doing though with Elytra is you've seen me use my free cam, and you press free cam whilst you're flying. You can just watch yourself go off into the distance. And actually, I need to go down here. And so this is where I'm going to build my blaze farm. This is basically, I went exploring for this 2 days ago, I think. Flying around the Nether, and the reason I want this particular fortress is these two spawners can be activated at the same time. I'm not going to stand too close because even though I have the mob cap, the mob switch, spawners will still spawn mobs. But yeah. Which most fortresses don't have blaze spawners this close together. Blazes. If I can get a couple to spawn. Sometimes it takes a moment, particularly when there's not loads of space around. Come on. Also, there we go. These things. And they drop blaze rods, which you can use to brew potions. You can also use them as furnace fuel if you want. Second. So, yeah. And now, you saw me use the material list. This is the other function of Litematica. If you want to build something, you can make a schematic of it. And so, what I really need to be doing here, firewall minis. Yes, that's a pretty accurate name for them. The way I want to do this is line up the blaze spawner. Should be like that. If I come in here, if I move the schematic by a block, you can see that is the spawner in the schematic. And so if I line them up, it should also be lined up here. Yep. And basically, I can build this up. And so all these blocks are exactly where I need to place them. I'm not going to do this now because I will record the intro to the video before I build the farm up. Then I'll build the farm up. Things like that. I'm like Mumbo Jumbo when he says it's quite simple, really, aren't I? That's my version of that. Basically, just spend hours and hours building a world eater. I've spawned some blazes. Uh-oh. No. Absolutely not. But, yeah. No, with Litematica, it does make stuff just a lot simpler. Because you don't have to think about, oh, am I placing this in the right place? Is it in the right orientation? You can just sort of, you know, I can put some music on. Because I rarely, like, actively record whilst I'm building a farm either. You know, I can put something on in the background, build the farm up whilst I run a replay mod. And then once I've finished, I can then talk about the farm, explain a bit how it works. Things like that. Obviously, I've got a lot of stuff to clear out here. It's going to be a little bit annoying. But yeah, but if I go into here, so this is a creative version of the world. This is where I designed the farm. This is what it will look like once it's built. And if you want to see me actually physically designing it, I did this last stream. So the wood should be there. And if I pull up a sword, what else do we want? Sharpness 5. Breaking 3. Shooting 3 and an anvil. My inventory up. Basically, I set it up so where you stand is as far away from the spawners that they'll activate. So even if I'm... Okay, maybe if I probably don't want to stand on these blocks. But if I go into survival mode, I can turn that on, which turns on these minecarts and turns on the farm. How long have I been streaming? About 9 months. So I believe it was last October. So November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July. Actually, no, it'd be 10 months this month. Wow, okay. Yeah. So I built my my computer, which is off to the right hand side of me, in October, and I basically started YouTube and streaming at the same time when I did that. Because it was something I'd wanted to do for a while, and a few friends of mine have said, oh, you'd be quite good at it. But I just never had the computing power to do it. And then since I started uni, saved up, like, you know, saving up money, things like that. Need to be not peaceful. Built that up and then started doing it and just fiddled around since then, pretty much. But yeah. So we can see how the Blaze Farm works. I can get some blazes to spawn. Of course, the issue with the spawner-based farms is you're limited by, okay, when do the mobs actually spawn? There's a blaze. Will get picked up by the minecart, and then it gets suffocated in these concrete blocks. And it's quite important because it leaves it on a one-hit kill. Because a rather annoying feature of blazes, and then it gets dropped off down here. It gets spat out onto the block, and then the block gets retracted. If the blaze isn't on a one-hit kill, as soon as it gets damaged, every single other blaze nearby will start floating upwards. And it's a very annoying trait of blazes. Which obviously in this sort of farm, which relies on them floating downwards to get swept by the lava, you don't want them floating upwards. So we just suffocate the blazes for a little bit until they're on 1 HP. Then they fall down here, and I can just kill them in one hit. And then all the drops end up in this chest down here. And a few in there as well. So we got just a hopper line there. And the armor stand here is to spread sweeping edge. So obviously because I've got two spawners here, they sort of get dropped off at 2 different points. And so to kill blazes in both chambers, I have an armor stand, which means the sword sort of sweeps all the way around. If I wait until there's blazes in both chambers. Like that. One swing and they all die. And you can see the blaze always get picked up by the hoppers. Yeah. I'm gonna go back into it. Peaceful. No, yeah, if I turn this back on, the minecarts down here just get dispensed by this clock. So this observer gets pushed down, powers a pulse, which powers this dust. The signal then gets sent through, and it just keeps going round and round. Like so. Anyway, how long have I been going? 3 hours. That is not a bad stream. Not a bad stream. think we've got a plan now, which is good. I'll let this finish. And oops, I'm still in survival. There go the last ones. But yeah, I think I will call it there for now. I now have something to record tomorrow. So I'll be busy doing that, and then I've got to edit it as well. But yeah, that'll do it. And I'll get some sort of plan together for the future episodes as well. Yeah, looking forward to it. So yeah, do check out my YouTube, both the main channel and the VODs channel. There's all sorts of fun things going along on there. But yeah, thank you to those that popped in whilst I'm live. Thank you for those that pop in watching the VOD. It's always much appreciated. And I'll do it for now. And I am going to pick someone to raid. So I'm going to stop the recording here.